Hi, I'm Ellie from crystallinks.com. Today is Sunday, October 8th, 2017, and today I wanted to talk to you about meditation. As you know, we live in very stressful times. In the past month alone, we have seen our political system go wacky with Donald Trump as president, making vague innuendos and just acting in a manner that is unprofessional, unpresidential. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Then we have climate change, which has created four major hurricanes: Harvey, Irma, Maria, and today Hurricane Nate, which has resulted in the economy being affected, and I think it's 33,000 jobs that were lost. One thing, of course, always ripples into the next. We look for answers sometimes from people who just either don't have them or we just look at the world and we say socially everybody is just wacky. They're crazy. They're losing it. What are we supposed to do? There is no one answer to all of this. In the bigger picture of things, we live in a holographic universe comprised of consciousness grids, okay? And we play out our roles, and we are here to learn and experience, and I think and I hope to be here when this biogenetic experiment in linear time and emotion comes to an end. Okay, we deal with emotions. Everyone does. Everyone has whatever challenges they face every day in life, even if they don't have emotional problems and learning disorders. People have challenges. The world has become extremely anxiety ridden. Most of my clients suffer from some degree of stress, anxiety, lack of sleep, unable to communicate with people. Some people only want to tweet, some people only want to text, some people still go back to old-fashioned talking. Everybody's got their way of communicating, and everybody's ruffling everybody's feathers, and then you just take this long, hard look at things like this week, a week ago today, was the largest mass shooting in modern U.S. history, and that happened in Las Vegas at what's supposed to be a wonderful concert by a man who obviously had psychotic problems. He was a sociopath. He may have been challenged in other ways that are yet to be defined, but these shootings and how to deal with them and what to do with them, and some people say, okay, it's not the guns, it's the shooters. That's of course another whole topic, but the thing is, this is not going to stop, and people do need some sort of way to say, I can cope. And for most people, the coping mechanism takes them to some sort of an energy of breathing or relaxation. They go for massage therapy, they go for Reiki or other healing, they do yoga, which is excellent. I know a lot of people smoke weed because they just feel it relaxes them. I'm not here to judge or criticize anyone, and a lot of people feel it helps with meditation. In meditation, there are hallucinogens, there are drinking issues. There's so much craziness going on in this world, and the average person who is stable just looks at everything and says, where is this all going? What's wrong with everybody? Besides all the other outlets in metaphysics and out to help a person deal with their emotional package, is meditation. Goes back forever. No matter how ancients did it, whether they did it with hallucinogens, so it just happened naturally, whether they're just sitting around a campfire and back in caveman days, and suddenly they're like, oh, wow, I'm just in this altered state. What's really happening is these consciousness grids that create this reality, okay? People are taking their consciousness that is focused here in this 3D, and they are using their brain chemistry to go to another grid and see what's going on there. Perhaps they're going to connect with, could be a deceased loved one, could be a spirit guide, It could be an alien, it could be something else, it could be another aspect of their soul. It could be many different things. It could be what they say is a past life, okay? Your past lives and these lives, they all exist together. It could be anything, but most people start meditation simply to calm all that chatter in your mind. Your mind is going at 90 miles an hour, chatter, 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 and you need it to slow down, to stop, and you need to process, you need to focus. And there's all kinds of metaphysical jargon that means the same thing, is just to center and focus. So you try meditation either with music or without, wherever it's comfortable and quiet for you. That's the best place to be. It could be indoors, it could be outdoors, it could be anywhere really. It could be relaxing in a bathtub. Because some people believe in water helps create, a calming atmosphere. It could be while you're getting a massage, It's just a matter of balancing the frequencies and the consciousness in your brain to either make you feel more at peace and get rid of anxiety, or for messages. There are people who meditate and would like some answers about what the heck is going on in their lives and in the world. There are other people who meditate in groups, and what they discover, which is very interesting in the years that I taught metaphysics, is that let's say I have a group of 12 people or 20 people sitting around and we're all meditating. One person at this side of the room and another person at another part of the room are having simultaneous meditations. Like they're both in the same grid. Let's say they went to Egypt. They're both back in Egypt. One could be a priest. One could be a priestess. They could be anywhere. They could be off the planet. But they're in the same grid. Remember that. Your consciousness is leaving this grid and going somewhere else. They are having simultaneous experiences, which means they probably have known each other in the lifetime they see, or perhaps they're just in the same frequency when it comes to spiritual things like metaphysics or whatever. Many people in meditation, including myself, meditate and see religious icons. I once did a group meditation with a small class, and I just looked up, and I'm not religious at all, but I felt this flapping of the wings in the room, and so did the other students, and they just looked up, and we felt it, and then we saw what could have been Jesus or a projection. We're projections, so it could have been a projection of Jesus that had come in. I don't know if anyone was meditating. I just go and let whatever happen. And it was a very profound experience. It was as if a doorway opened up for us, and the people who were part of that group felt something special had touched them. These are the advantages of group meditation. But even when you're alone, you might feel something. It's called clear sentience. You might hear something in terms of thought. You might close your eyes and see images, archetypes, colors, shapes, all sorts of things. Sometimes you can make sense of them, sometimes you can't. There's a lot of different things that can happen during a meditation. If you're a telekinetic person, you can make noises happen in the room too. You'll suddenly hear some tapping or some knocking or something, which probably isn't spirit. It's just you being telekinetic and moving something around, which is cool too. Or it could be a spirit doing something. There's a lot of different things that can happen in meditation. For some people, it's fun. They enjoy it. They do it every morning or every evening to center and balance before they start the day or before they go to sleep to relax them. There are other people who say meditation is not for me. They close their eyes. They see nothing. Their thoughts bring nothing. They are just out there, and they're just saying, I don't see, I don't hear, I don't, whatever. With practice, they could learn to understand what they're seeing, but initially, maybe they're not, or they're not trusting, or they don't know what to expect. Like, okay, I expect the answer to, am I going to get a new job? Okay, and I'm going to close my eyes, and I am going to ask, in my mind, I'm going to ask this question, am I going to get a new job? Nothing happens. It could be A, because they're not going to, which they may not accept readily, or B, that information just really isn't in the grid. So they're pretty much going to stay put or retire or quit or whatever they're going to do. So meditation as a tool for healing and energy and guidance is really very important for most people. As you get more experience with it, you don't need to do any special routine. You don't have to sit a certain way. You don't have to do anything specific. You can just be sitting down, like I'm sitting at my desk now, and you could just look out. I tend to look out over there at the clouds and the Verrazano Bridge, and you can just look out and the images come into your mind and you see them, because you can detach your consciousness from here to go there. But that takes practice, and not everybody can do that. Or you might just see messages from whoever, wherever. So it's really up to you to know whether or not meditation is the right tool for you, when to use it, how to use it. There's always meditation classes around. I live in Brooklyn, but the city has meditation classes, just groups who get together. You may want to start your own meditation group. People of like mind in your community. Let's say you meet one evening a week, not too late. You just meet in someone's home or some other, maybe a metaphysical store, some other place that's quiet and peaceful, okay? And you do a group meditation and raise the energy. But always remember, with meditation or yoga or whatever you're doing and practicing, you're in a higher frequency, your brain is in higher consciousness, but you do have to come back to this place called 3D Earth, and you do have to deal with the matters at hand, the problems at hand, and you do have to learn to deal with your life. If you have mental illness, and you're fighting the feeling, as some of my clients are recently, to go out there and see a doctor and be on some sort of medication to help you, then you're really making a mistake if you're sitting and you can't function anymore. You can't work, you're crying all the time, you're upset, you can't sleep and whatnot. Meditation isn't going to help that. It's not going to cure that. It's the quick fix. It's the I'm meditating right now. The chatter in my brain, it's quiet now. And I'm going to just, the rest of the day or the hour or whatever is going to be better. That's fine. That's a quick fix, okay? It's not going to fix the bigger picture of the way you are programmed to live your life here. That either comes when certain programmed experiences in your life end, such as the bad relationship, the bad job, the need to go back to school, the need to make changes, to stop smoking, to give up, certain habits. When those experiences are programmed to end, they will end. Up until that time, all the meditations and all the metaphysical stuff you're going to do and all the healing and energy work isn't going to change anything. Okay, so be in reality mode. Understand what's going on. You're going to meditate and take a peaceful little few minutes of your time. I know some of you are very, very busy. You don't have a lot of time, but you're going to take a little peaceful part of your time and you're going to make it for you, whether it's every day or whenever you have time, and you're just going to relax and calm the mind. Okay, when I was never a meditator, to tell you the truth, I'm not now because I have no reason to be, but when you meditate, just know that it's for you. You need a little quiet space and time, and you are going to look for that. And hopefully it works for you. And if anything happens, or if nothing happens, or a negative experience happens, then stop. Don't do it again. And just say, okay, other people enjoy it, but it's not my thing. I hope this has been somewhat helpful. I know wherever you are, if you're watching this, there's got to be some stress going on in your life. Use a quiet little bit of meditation maybe to just relieve the stress, and then hopefully your life's programming is going to change. But the way reality is going right now, I always say, prepare for everything. Prepare for climate prepare for natural disaster, prepare for any kind of loss you might experience suddenly. Prepare for everything, emotionally, financially. This planet is really not in a good space, and it's really up to you to say, okay, you don't go in fear. I don't walk around and say, okay, is the other shoe going to drop today? No. But when I turn on the TV and I look at the news online, and I don't take it literally, and the conspiracy theories to me are right or wrong, or I don't really care. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But I'm just, I'm just going along like everybody else. I have great days. I have days that could be frustrating. We all do. But when you say, well, Ellie, my programming is such that nothing good ever happens, I always seem to be challenged with things. Meditation isn't going to change that. Very little is going to change that. Just keep it simple, and don't, especially the relationship thing, which is the real kicker. If you're in a bad relationship, let it go. You can't meditate it to get better. You can't take your partner into a meditation class when he or she doesn't belong there and say, if we go together and we meditate together, this relationship's going to work. They may not be programmed for meditation. It may not be their thing, so I don't know that that's going to help. Do your metaphysical, whatever you're drawn to. Do your travel, whatever you're drawn to. Always be careful and just try to keep calm in these very trying closing moments of the hologram. And just know it's all going to get better when it fades to black. And on that note, I thank you.